Now that we understand what the issue, what the challenges are in your relationship, would it be okay if we start working at one goal at a time to overcome these challenges that you're experiencing?
Yes, that would be okay.
Now, based on what we've discussed, we've identified that you're very sad because you think that your wife cannot have kids. Let's imagine that we're now some point in the future and this issue has been completely resolved. What would indicate to you that this issue is a thing of the past?
Well, I know for sure when I stop crying all the time. My wife and I never really talk about the miscarriage. And I know she wants a child very bad as I do. I know that this thing of the past 100% if we have a child.
So, when you stop crying all the time because of the miscarriage, and you guys finally have a child of your own, you would feel like this is a thing of the past. Is that correct?
Yes.
What do you think would be a reasonable time to accomplish this goal?
Well, I don't even know. I have to worry about work, and plus my mother's trying to find a new house.
Okay, now, would you please hold on to that thought so we can come back to it later? Let's complete our first goal. Is that okay?
Yes. Well, I know that it won't happen overnight, but I'm hoping that in about 2 months we can at least find a support group to help me cope with losing a child.
That sounds great. So how does this sound as our first goal? Within 2 months from today's date, we will find a support group for you to attend and will help you cope with losing a child. Let's take a moment to write that down. You can go ahead and write. Some more paper so you can write it.
I never really talked about it to my wife, but I blame myself for the miscarriage. I feel so guilty about it. Only if I were a bit more supportive and not always at work. I'm so stupid. How could I have let this happen? I wish I didn't stress her out so much with my job. I wish I would have cleaned up more and cooked more so she didn't have to put so much stress on her body. I really love my wife, and I want to fix my marriage. I am willing to adjust any negative behavior that might be contributing to our relationship problems.
Now, I heard you say that, you refer to yourself as being stupid. When you say you're stupid, it sounds to me like you are being the man of the house and working to provide for your wife and yourself. You're such a positive person, and it must take a lot out of you to be able to recognize your negative behavior and willing to change that. This reminds me of a story I read a while back about a man who lived his life in a box. He was afraid to do anything or talk to anyone because he did not want to disappoint them. Then his mother died. In actuality, he was disappointing himself because he missed out on life. So he promised himself to forgive easily and express himself as much as possible because you never know what tomorrow brings.
Wow. I just want to rebuild my marriage because I feel like I've lost everything. I just miss my wife so much.
Right here, and now, as I'm talking to you, I notice your eyes getting a bit watery. What are you feeling right now? You feel a sense of loss and sadness because you want much more out of your marriage, right? As well as the child.
Yes, my marriage is very important to me, and I just want to make my wife happy.
As the first step towards accomplishing this goal, how would you like it if I refer you to a facility? Pause it. As the first step towards accomplishing this goal, how would you like it if I refer you to a facility called Hand in Hand? It's basically a group of other parents who has lost children looking for closure and help with coping.
That's cool. That would be really helpful.
Okay, so we have identified the first goal, which is to help you cope with the loss of your child. The facility offers the sessions 2 times a week, and it's for 6 weeks.
I know that my wife is not here with us, and I really wish you can help us both. Maybe I can talk with her to see if she would be interested in the idea of joining our sessions to help her as well.
That will be great. Sometimes people aren't always as willing to see a social worker. Let's role play on what you could say to her to see if she'll be interested in coming in one of our sessions.
Okay.
Now, where and when do you think will be the perfect time to express your feelings to your wife?
Well, I would like to say something at night when we're in the room because we will both be more relaxed.
Okay. I will act as if I'm your wife. How would you start off the conversation?
I'll probably say something like, Trisha, I've been really down lately, and I never expressed to you how much this miscarriage has affected me. I just want you to know that I've really been distant because I blame myself for the miscarriage. I need help in coping with my life. I love you, and I would like you by my side to get over this hard time. I'm sorry for how I've been treating you lately. I've been taking your feelings for granted.
I would love to be by your side, and I love you too. That was great, KP. Now, how does that make you feel to say that to your wife?
It really felt good, but kind of nervous as well. But tomorrow, I'll definitely try.
Great.
So I will try this, and I will let you know how it's working so far.
Okay. Nice to have you back, KP. How has everything been going to accomplish these goals?
It has been going